and unconditional love can be a credit to my family. My brothers and I were raised by the big three: my mom, my dad, and my Lolo Bert. The Mighty and Heat, they got LeBron James, D-Wade, Bosh. But we had Mom, Dad, and Grandpa Bert. And only my dad knew how to play basketball, but still, they were the strongest, most selfless figures in all of our brothers' lives, and that's why we're honoring Lolo Bert today. I wanted to share a little bit of facts about my Grandpa Bert, as some of these things you might know and some you may not, but these are the little things that I'll never forget about him. His favorite color was blue. His truck, his sheets, his clothes, everything was blue. I remember there was this random t-shirt he used to wear. It had Too Fast, Too Furious from that movie. I was like, Gramps, do you like that movie? And he's like, no, the design was cool. And it was also blue, so he wore that, and that was Grandpa there. That's why he has a Call of Duty t-shirt, an AC/DC t-shirt. The design was good enough for him, so, I mean, I'm not going to knock him out on that. He liked Westerns, loved Western movies, John Wayne, but he really loved action movies. When we were younger, we used to watch that movie True Lies all the time with Arnold Schwarzenegger. We just watched that over and over again. He loved that movie. Yeah, we definitely exhausted his VHS player there. He also, and my brothers know this, my whole family know this, my grandpa loved the Rush Hour movies with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. I don't know what it was, to be honest. I think it was the action and like the karate, I don't know, or I think he really just liked Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan together. One of the things that my grandpa would always laugh at is when Chris Tucker goes, "Jamon Lee," and my grandpa loved that. He had a really great smile and an equally awesome laugh. When you got him to laugh, it was jovial and contagious, and sometimes he'd softly punch your arm when you got him really good and you thought it was really funny. I thought it was adorable. He was really good at bowling. His hook was on point. He used to take me and my little brother all the time to Mira Mesa bowling and Poway Bowl. There was one time he almost got a perfect game, and Luke and I were just really excited, and we'd be like, "That's my grandpa!" So, really proud of him there. More seriously, my grandpa was a very generous person, an unbelievably generous person. His pockets were always empty because he'd always give us kids 20 bucks for the movies or the arcade. He'd loan his money to friends going through very difficult situations, and of course, every paycheck he earned, a portion of it was sent to our family, the Philippines. That man hardly thought of himself as the center of the world. He truly thought his family, all of us, was the center of his. And sometimes, he was actually, I remember he was very generous even to strangers. I remember one day when I was in 5th grade, my grandpa took me to the store to buy rollerblades. They were white with neon green and pink laces. They were my favorite thing in 5th grade. And that day we noticed that this woman was walking around the parking lot. She looked really lost. And she had a handful of groceries, and she taps on my grandpa's, the 1984 blue Honda Civic he used to drive? That small little car. Yeah, it was during that time. She asked him where the bus stop was, and my grandpa, seeing that she had groceries, was like, "You're not going to take the bus." So he asked me to move to the back, and I was so excited about my rollerblades, I didn't care. And we drove her all the way to National City, actually, now that I remember it. This was in Cromwell Mountain, in front of that Lucky's, and we ended up going all the way to National City to this woman's apartment and dropped her off for the groceries. They talked about the Philippines and their families and their upbringing, and all I cared about was my rollerblades, but I remember that little moment of generosity. She tried to give him gas money and he wouldn't take it. I thought it was really classy. But I'd like to take this time to say that she actually slipped me a $5 because, listen, I was 10 years old. I have no source of income. And thank you, Grandpa, for not judging me on that. I don't think he saw. But he was terribly generous to even people he never knew. And one of the other stories I really like to share is that he really knows how to make light of a situation. He always kind of lightened up the mood. It was Leonard's 20-something birthday at Hilltop Barbecue Park. He was having a barbecue for his birthday. It was at Hilltop. My mom asked me to buy blue balloons for him, blue, and they were tethered to this basketball in the back of the truck, or this baseball bat. And then when I opened up the hood, all of the balloons just went into the air and flew away. And I wanted to cry. I think Luke saw me, and like I wanted to cry, but my grandpa was just like laughing so hard. I was like, Grandpa, why are you laughing? I want to cry. The balloons are gone. The birthday is going to be ruined. My mom's going to be mad. And he was like, Iris, Leonard is a 20-something grown man. He does not care for balloons. He was like, why does Leonard care about balloons? I'm like, I don't know, because it's a barbecue, I don't know. He's like, all he cares about is that everybody shows up and everyone has a good time. So, you know, I definitely realized that, you know, it was stupid to cry over or spilled milk or lost balloons. And so that's something that I'll always remember about my grandpa. Another fact is that my grandpa loved E&J Brandy and Bud Light. This is just a fact. We don't need to back it up with anecdotes. We all knew this. It's just a clear fact. Birthdays, holidays, you name it, he drank that, and we always entertained him and drank with him. In all seriousness, I just wanted to share those little things about my Grandpa Bert, our Grandpa Bert, because sometimes it's those small little details that make someone so special and so loved. And, you know, the lessons that he taught us, the stories that he shared, and all the memories with Lolo Bert. Those things will always be a part of our lives, and I'll remember them forever, but it's these little things that will remind me every day of how much I just had so much respect and love for this man, and we all did. I'm like ranting and raving here. I'm going to end my little spiel here with one last little story. A few years ago, before Christmas, I asked my family to fill out surveys of what they wanted for Christmas, because, Mom, I love you, but you kept giving me makeup each year. I was like, I don't need this all the time. So I asked everybody to fill out these questionnaires, and when I got my grandpa's back, I realized that he didn't fill it out really. He just kind of left it blank. But one of the questions on the survey was, is there something you absolutely want for Christmas? And my grandpa wrote, love and happiness forever. Grandpa, I love you. We all love you. He definitely knows he never had to ask for it, because he knew that we loved him so much, and I was very fortunate to come home this past May and to talk to him, and I'm terribly, okay. He knew this. He told me that he would take it with him wherever he went, and I will never forget that. So anyway, here's to my Grandpa Bert for being completely awesome, and definitely will be well missed.
Anybody who's going to share the neighbor? So this is the parting moment, and we give our prayers and love to the Irma, Jimmy, T, and family. And we are here to support you all the way. Okay. So thank you very much for those who came here to gather you. Okay. Ellen, you want to share? No? Okay. Okay. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Kindly please return the incident so that we can use that again.